Hey everyone, let's have a heart-to-heart. You know, as I've chatted with friends, scrolled through social media, and observed the general buzz nowadays, I've noticed something we all seem to share. A love for splurging on some high-ticket items that, well, might not truly be worth their price tag. It's fascinating, isn't it? How we often get charmed by expensive things, sometimes without even realizing that our wallets are quietly, painfully weeping. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm all for treating oneself and enjoying the fruits of hard work. But what if we're spending more than we should on things that don't really add value to our lives? That's why today, we're diving into a topic I believe many of you will relate to: the expensive things that might not be worth your money. And trust me, some of these might just surprise you. So, are you ready to make some smarter money moves? Hit the subscribe button and let's get started. So let's talk about that exhilarating rush you get when you sit behind the wheel of a brand new car. The sleek interiors, the untouched dashboard, and of course, that iconic new car scent that for some reason we all can't get enough of. But here's a bit of a reality check. Is that really worth the price tag? Now, I'm sure many of you have heard the age-old saying, a car loses value the minute you drive it off the lot. It's an absolute fact. Studies have shown that a brand new car can see a depreciation hit of around 20 to 30% in just its first year. Let that sink in. You could be saying goodbye to thousands of dollars just because you wanted that 0 miles on the odometer bragging right. So, what's the game plan here? Well, for those who are keen on smart financial choices, there's an enticing alternative. Instead of springing for that brand new model, why not explore the world of certified pre-owned cars? I'm talking about cars that are just a few years old. These beauties have already taken their big depreciation hit. But guess what? They're still in tip-top condition and have plenty of miles left in them. You're essentially getting nearly all the benefits of a new car, but at a far more wallet-friendly price. If you're in the market for a vehicle, maybe it's time to think twice about how new you really need to go. Because at the end of the day, it's not just about what you drive, but also about driving a smart financial future. Have you ever wondered why designer threads cost so much? While craftsmanship and unique designs play a part, a significant chunk of what you're shelling out is often for the brand name alone. I recently stumbled upon a revealing article that showcased a breakdown of the production cost of designer items. And brace yourselves, fashionistas, some items are marked up by a staggering 500% or even more. Crazy, right? Essentially, that jaw-dropping price is more about the logo than the fabric wrapped around you. There's a famous saying by Giorgio Armani: to create something exceptional, your mindset must be relentlessly focused on the smallest detail. And while I adore Armani's designs, here's a twist to that thought. Exceptional doesn't always equate to expensive. It's all about the details, yes, but also how you wear them and how they make you feel. Nowadays, more and more style influencers and icons are championing the idea of investing in high-quality basics. These aren't necessarily items with a big logo or a bigger price tag, but pieces that are timeless, durable, and versatile. The trick is to mix and match, layer up or down, and voila, you have a look that's uniquely you, every single day. And the best part? This approach not only elevates your style game, but does wonders for your savings account too. Let's talk about the world of technology. Remember the excitement when a new phone or gadget drops. The anticipation, the unboxing videos flooding your feed, the tantalizing hints of revolutionary features. It's like the tech version of Christmas morning every year. It's easy to be seduced by the newest piece of tech. I mean, who wouldn't want a smartphone that boasts a marginally better camera or a smartwatch with that extra half hour of battery life? But here's the thing, as thrilling as the world of tech can be, it's also rapidly evolving. More often than not, the brand new, must-have upgrades are sometimes more about marketing hype than genuinely transformative features. A few years ago, there was a massive buzz around foldable phones. Then came a wave of reports showing that, well, maybe the world wasn't quite ready for that kind of tech leap. People who jumped on the bandwagon early paid a premium, only to find that a more refined and more affordable version arrived shortly after. So the next time there's a flashy tech release and you're reaching for your credit card, maybe hit the pause button. Chances are, in a year's time, you can get almost the same gadget, with all its quirks sorted out, and for a fraction of the launch price. Tech's great, but being a savvy tech consumer, now that's next level smart. Let's take a trip down memory lane. Remember those Saturday nights, flipping through hundreds of channels, trying to find just one show to settle into? It's a scenario many of us can relate to. And if we're being real here, how many of those channels do we genuinely watch? 10, maybe 15 if we're feeling adventurous? Now there's a certain nostalgia attached to cable, the charm of channel surfing, the unexpected joy of stumbling upon an old favorite movie. But here's the thing, nostalgia is lovely, but is it worth the huge bills? Premium cable packages promise a world of entertainment, but in reality, they often end up being an overpriced buffet where we're only eating a small fraction of what's on offer. So what's the modern-day solution? Enter the era of streaming and pick and pay. Platforms like Netflix, Disney+, and Hulu have reshaped the way we consume content. You can now tailor your entertainment palette, choosing shows and movies that align with your tastes, all at a fraction of the cost of traditional cable. Plus, the beauty of pick and pay channels is in the name itself. Pick what you want and pay for just that. No more channel flipping frustration. And by the way, if you're curious to know more about the small habits that may actually save you big time, check some of our videos in the description box. I'm sure you won't regret it. Let's be real for a second. How many of us have taken those memberships with grand plans to use every single amenity, only to find ourselves sticking to the treadmill and free weights? And don't even get me started on those New Year resolutions that fade faster than our post-workout glow. The truth is, while these gyms look and feel luxurious, if you're not making the most out of what you're paying for, your wallet's getting quite the workout. Muhammad Ali once said, "Don't count the days, make the days count." And in the realm of fitness, it's not about the fancy equipment or steam rooms. It's about making every workout session count. A couple of years ago, there was this trend spotlighting how people were spending an average of $800 annually on gym memberships, with a whopping 67% of members rarely even setting foot in the gym. By today, with the rise of digital fitness solutions, one would think we'd be wiser. Yet, the allure of big gyms remains. But there's a world of fitness beyond those gym doors. Local community gyms also often have all you need to stay fit. The great outdoors, with its parks and trails, offers a refreshing space for workouts that are both mentally and physically invigorating. And then, of course, there's online fitness classes. Whether it's height, yoga, Pilates, or dance, there's a virtual class for it, often at a fraction of the cost. Remember the global fitness wave during lockdowns when everyone was raving about home workouts? It wasn't just a phase, it was a testament to how effective and economical digital fitness can be. Now let's talk overpriced cosmetics. It's easy to fall for the idea that a higher price tag means superior quality. After all, there's a certain catch to pulling out a designer mascara or lipstick. Yet, let's face it, at the end of the day, it's about the product, not the packaging. And what would you say if I told you that many luxury makeup items share similar, if not identical, ingredient lists with those from brands that won't require you to break a bank? Coco Chanel once said, "Beauty begins the moment you decide to be yourself." And part of that journey is recognizing that true beauty isn't about flaunting the most expensive products, but finding what genuinely works for you. Consider the wave of beauty influencers and makeup artists showcasing dupes, cheaper alternatives to high-end products that perform just as well, if not better. They're a testament to the fact that you don't need to splurge to look fabulous. And let's be honest, there's a thrill in discovering a budget-friendly product that's a dead ringer for a luxury one. Now, this isn't to bash luxury brands or to claim that expensive always equals overrated. Sometimes the luxury item may offer something truly unique. But the key is to be an informed consumer. Dive deep into product reviews, research ingredients, and explore those widely acclaimed dupes. And if you're enjoying this video, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. Every morning, you're often in line at your favorite coffee shop, waiting for that steaming cup of liquid gold. The daily latte that promises to kickstart your day. It feels good, doesn't it? That first sip, the warmth, the aroma. But let's do some quick math here. If you're spending $5 every morning on that beloved brew, it adds up to, wait for it, $1,825 annually. Now, I'm not suggesting we abandon our coffee fix, but what if I told you there's a way to get that gourmet experience without the gourmet price tag? Historically, David Back coined the term the latte factor to shed light on how these small, daily expenses, like our cherished flats, can accumulate over time, impacting our financial health. And while it's been a few years since then, the principle remains true today. The solution isn't groundbreaking, but often overlooked. Investing in a decent coffee maker for your home. With today's advancements in coffee tech, from espresso machines to cold brew makers, it's simpler than ever to replicate that coffee shop experience at your kitchen counter. Of course, this doesn't mean you should deny yourself the joy of a barista-made coffee entirely. After all, sometimes a coffee shop visit is less about the coffee and more about the ambience, the little break from routine. But perhaps we can start treating it as just that, a treat, an occasional indulgence rather than a daily ritual. Now, have you seen those elegantly designed bottles of water with names that sound like they were sourced from mystical springs guarded by unicorns? They grace the shelves of high-end stores, often with a price tag that makes you question, isn't it just water? The thing is, in our quest for the best, many have been led to believe that if it's pricier, it must be healthier, purer, or somehow superior. But here's a splash of cold water on that notion. When it comes to hydration, high-end doesn't necessarily mean high quality. In numerous studies over the years, researchers have found that many times, premium bottled water isn't significantly purer than its more affordably priced counterparts. Some even discovered that a few of these premium brands are simply filtered tap water with a fancy label. So the answer might be sitting right on your kitchen counter, a good quality water filter. Over time, the cost of maintaining a filter pales in comparison to buying bottled water daily. Plus, there's something immensely satisfying about sipping on crystal clear water, knowing you're doing both your wallet and the environment a favor. Remember, being frugal isn't about depriving yourself, but making sure every penny you spend truly adds value to your life. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. And I'm curious, have you ever regretted a big purchase? Let us know in the comments below. Until next time, stay smart with your money.